Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Christ Presbyterian Academy, CPA, 2323 Old Hickory Boulevard here in Nashville, right across from Warner Parks and the golf course on Old Hickory Boulevard for tonight's Region 5 AA quarterfinal matchup in boys basketball between the visiting White House out of north part of Nashville and the homestanding CPA Lions. Right now you see the camera on CPA as they warm up. White House is to our right, also warming up. White House, the Blue Devils come into this game having upset several foes in the late part of the season district tournament to earn this berth in the region quarterfinals. They're only 6-23 overall on the season. That's right, 6-23. They got hot at the right time and was able to kind of squeak into this round of what is essentially round, I think, of 32 in the state. Is that right? It's a region quarterfinal game. This will be a semi and a final, then you go to sectional, and then you go to state, and you're in the top 8. Anyway, it's the region quarterfinal. About 7 minutes until the scheduled tip-off time here from CPA. This is Phil Newman, your Director of Communications at the Academy, bringing the broadcast along with Derek Penteco, Nathan Olmstead. A little bit of help from Joseph Newman also. And must confess, a little bit of a special night for me personally. My daughter, Abby Newman, is a senior at the Academy, and she gets to sing the national anthem tonight. So a little bit extra special fun for me anyway. She was saying, it's no big deal, but it's a big deal for Dad. So that will happen in a few minutes. And after that, we'll have the invocation first, then we'll have the national anthem, then we'll have introductions, then we'll have the game. Lions come in at 30-2 overall. They went through the district undefeated this year. And CPA comes in ranked in one poll, one U.S. poll, the Blue Star Media Go-To 25. They ranked 24 in the nation, the Lions are, in that poll. There's some other polls that in which the CPA is not ranked. So I was talking to David Guthrie down below a few minutes ago, and he was saying we were agreeing how inexact that whole thing is to be ranked nationally as a high school team. It's really imprecise because these teams don't all play each other, obviously. But it's certainly a distinction that you want to celebrate a little bit, recognize a little bit that CPA gets to be in the top 25 in a national poll, and the Lions are ranked number 1 in the state of Tennessee, AA. I think it's Blackman High School is ranked number 1 in the AAA classification, ahead of bigger than CPA. They got a bunch of students. They have 22,000 plus students at their school. CPA with 330 something high school students. But the Lions, coached by Drew Maddox in his 7th season, and this game has some significance, a little bit extra, because Coach Maddox going for his 200th victory at the Academy, and he is his teams are 199, I think, and 41 in these 7 seasons. So this would be victory number 200 of Coach Maddox's high school career and his tenure at CPA, his 7th season. And also extra special, let's see if we can get a shot of Coach Gary Smith right here. He's down in the blue shirt right there with his arms folded. Center of your screen, Coach Gary Smith, the head coach of the White House Blue Devils. Get this, he was coaching against Coach Maddox's high school team. Coach Smith coached at BGA. Now we'll show Coach Maddox with his dad, Ray Maddox. There's Ray coming to shake hands with Coach Smith. Let me finish my story. Coach Smith was coaching at BGA. And 19 years ago, BGA defeated Goodpasture in the state championship game. And kind of an upset at the time. But Coach Gary Smith was the head coach of BGA at that time. So in Coach Drew Maddox's last high school game as a player, his team lost to Coach Smith's team at that point, BGA. Now these two square off as coaches. White House coach Gary Smith against CPA coach Drew Maddox. Coach Maddox, if you don't know, went on to a great career at Vanderbilt, all SEC, and outstanding player in the Commodores, a pantheon of outstanding players through the years. His good friend Ron Mercer, of course, went on to Kentucky and then the NBA and Celtics and other teams. And Ron Mercer was a Goodpasture teammate of Drew's. So anyway, okay, about 3.5 minutes ago till the scheduled tip-off of this playoff game. Winner will go on to the region semifinal, and that'll be played at Ball State on Tuesday, I believe at 7:30 p.m. We'll confirm that, but it's going to be against the winner of Sycamore hosting Pearl Cone tonight. Pearl Cone out of CPA's district, 10AA, and Sycamore out of the other Southern District. Of course, those who are familiar with the Lions are moving out of District 10AA next season to go to 12AA. They'll be playing teams way south. It'll be Cascade, Spring Hill, Lewis County, Marshall County, and I think, did I say Spring Hill? 5 other schools. I think the other one. I always forget one of those. Anyway, it'll be a big shift for CPA out of Nashville down to Williamson County and even further south. Of Giles County is the other one, Pulaski. Giles County is the 6th team in 12AA. So it'll be a big move next year. But this year, Lions trying to repeat as state champions in AA. They won it last year. They were 37-2. This year, 30-2 at the moment, and they're hoping to move on tonight. Now, I'll tell you on paper, the Lions will be quite a favorite in this basketball game. I mentioned earlier White House at 30-2, and I mean CPA at 30-2 rather. White House at 6-23, and they've had a hard season. They've really kind of had a couple upsets to get them to this point. So we'll see. Maybe they'll be upset-minded tonight. It would certainly be a huge upset if White House were to come in here and somehow defeat the Lions. Coach Smith is assisted by Brian Wise, Brandon Webster, and Dave Roberts for White House. CPA Drew Maddox is assisted by Michael Cooey, Brian Allsmiller, and Stephen Owens. Lions, of course, led by Jalen Lindsay, the junior top 20 prospect in his class of 2014. And also Jake Allsmiller, fellow junior, who's the sharpshooter. Right, they just took a shot right there from top of the key. You see Jake, he's got offers from a lot of schools, including his dad's alma mater, Vanderbilt. Lindsay has 17 at least offers at this point from Division I schools, and Louisville among them, and Memphis was the first offer Lindsay several years ago when he was, I think, an 8th grader. Then there's also Thomas Richard, fellow junior, just shot the ball just now. He's also an outstanding player. And Braxton Bonds will run the point number 1 for the Lions. Many offers for him as well. Not to be outdone, Braxton Blackwell, only a freshman, but Blackwell already has a number of offers, including, I think, I want to say Virginia's on that list. And Braxton, you'll see him quite a bit tonight. He likes to play out front and handle the ball, but he'll also go down low. He's about 6'7", and I was talking to somebody a while early in the season. They said Braxton really likes the model of a Magic Johnson, who was that 6'9" point guard. Blackwell will enjoy handling the basketball when he gets a chance. So look for him to be perhaps a guard on the next level. Okay, about to get ready here with the invocation of the national anthem. Momentarily, I see Mr. Morrow right down below, standing up talking to David Guthrie. You can see him. And then I think he may be leading the invocation, and then we'll have the national anthem. Here's David Guthrie introducing the evening. Say White House, I should say, familiar to CPA from last fall. The White House girls soccer team was quite the rival with CPA in the postseason. CPA won 2-1, a very close game to advance to the sectional game last fall. Both teams made it to state. White House and CPA were at state. White House made the semifinals. CPA, of course, won the state title, defeating CAK. Now it's a different sport, different playing surface. It's basketball. Okay, 8 p.m. is the game Tuesday night. The winner of this game will play at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. This is an elimination game, by the way. Loser goes home, winner advances to the region semifinals. So you got to win to move on tonight. Next one's an elimination game as well. The next time you can lose would be in the region final. Lose that game and you get to still play a sectional game away. You win the region, you get to stay at home and play, which would be a big boost, because some of these schools are pretty far flung at the regional level, and you don't want to have to go a long, long way into a hostile environment. Yep, Nathaniel H. Morrow, our headmaster to be, headmaster in waiting, will lead the prayer, followed by the national anthem, sung by Miss Abby Newman. Well, boy, that was special on a personal level. And okay, on with the show here. White House being introduced first. Starters, number 00, Alex Lyons. Interesting name, Lions, playing against the Lions. Number 3, Jake Smith, also starting. He is a junior. Number 4, senior Stephen Elrod, starting for White House. One of the forwards is 35, Logan Oskin. Oskin is a junior. And finally, number 55, Fogel. Brock Fogel is a junior. He'll start at center, number 55. We mentioned earlier Coach Gary Smith, the head coach of the Blue Devils for this ball game and for the season. Now the Lions will be introduced.
Here's the starting lineup for the home team. Winners of their third consecutive regular
In 33 consecutive home victories in AA contests. State champion last year in AA. Number 1 ranked, you hear David Guthrie saying that, AA number 1 ranked 30-2. Last time they lost in this gym in a AA basketball game was in February of 2010, 3 years ago. Braxton Blackwell, where's number 11? He starts for CPA, the freshman Point guard Braxton Bonds. Number 1, yes. CPA fans, many of them know he's nephew of Barry Bonds. And outstanding basketball player. Works hard in the offseason. Andrew Manuel is going to start. He's a junior also. Manuel, number 5. That's good to see him get a start. He works hard, usually off the bench. 23, Alsmiller will start. Aforementioned Alsmiller, sharpshooter, three-point specialist. Deadly from outside. Finally, last but not least, 6'7" junior Jalen Lindsay. All-district tournament MVP. He's another finalist for Mr. Basketball this year. Last year was won by his teammate Craig Bradshaw in AA. And as we said earlier, it's Coach Drew Maddox in his 7th season at the helm, assisted by Brian Alsmiller, Stephen Owens, and Michael Cooey. All right. About to get underway. We'll see if the Lions do what I think they'll do is full court press right away and try to just take White House out of this game early. Just looking at the matchups on the court right now, you can see it looks like the Lions, well, frankly, are the better team on paper. Now, you play the game on the basketball court, so we'll see if the things hold true to form. Blackwell jumps it up. Blackwell wins the tip. Usually it's Lindsay tipping it up the tip. That time it's Braxton Blackwell, the freshman. He wins it back to Manuel, who hands it off to Braxton Bonds. It's like a zone defense being played by the Blue Labels initially. Kind of a 2-3 here, and Bonds tries to kind of work out what to do against it. Coach Maddox up with his arms crossed down to our right. We'll see if Jake gets any room. They'll probably blanket him, which is smart if you're White House. The scouting report was no space like that. Good. Well, Alsmiller had space, and he drained a 3. Lions up 3-0. Full court press is on. It's beaten that time by Lions. Now it's back to Elrod. Over to Oskin has the ball now, gets it back to Elrod. Elrod looking to his left to Smith. Smith drives baseline. Smith goes up. Smith blocked by Bonds. Good job there by Braxton. Here come the Lions the other direction, leading 3-0. Braxton gives it to Jake again for 3. That's off, though. Rebound, Lindsay has it. Almost travel. Let's see. Back to Jake. Now Manuel in the corner, guarded by Lions. Well, guarded in a zone, rather. Under 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Lions up by 3 on the Alsmiller three-pointer. Coach Maddox is yelling, screaming something to his team. Bonds finds a hole in the zone. Now Manuel has it to Lindsay. Lindsay makes a move. Lindsay to Blackwell, who's guarded closely there. All tipped around inside the Bonds. Back to Jake for 3. No good. Just in and out. Rebound comes down to Elrod. Here he comes the other direction. No score yet for White House. 6:23 to go first quarter. Elrod brings it out. It'll be an extended defense. And it's over to Smith. Smith finds Lions, guarded by Jake right here. Double teamed. It gets through that, though. In the corner, baseline jumper is a swish. That time by Logan Oskin. First bucket of the game for White House, 3-2. CPA leads now 6 minutes flat remaining in the first quarter. Here's Manuel, no good. Short off the foot of Manuel, comes to Smith. Jake Smith brings it across. Double team coming. He beats it, though. Lions. Now it goes baseline, cut off by Lindsay. Inside, disrupted by Blackwell. That shot taken by Smith, tracked down by Bonds. 5:35 to go, 3-2 CPA. Bonds down the lane. Gives off to Blackwell, corner. Jake for 3 again. Good. Swish. 6 points. CPA, 6 points. All scored by Alsmiller. Timeout called by Coach Smith right here. Well, Jake has missed 1. If my math is right, he's made 2, though. 6-2 Lions. Coach Maddox has a clipboard now. He's going to give his team some instructions. I don't think Coach Maddox is thrilled with the way they're playing initially, but it's enough to be ahead 6-2 at the moment. You see White House in that zone, a 2-3 zone. And CPA doing a lot of zone themselves with the double team built in. They like to do that. They like to come out of that zone, extend out, and double team, try to trap you in the corner on the sideline. And it's worked a couple times, but White House also has beaten that, has split that double team a couple times as well. Full court press by the Lions right here. 5:23 to go in the first. It's inbounded to Oskin. Gives it back to Lions. Trying to get across. He does. Gives it back to Oskin, guarded by Manuel right here closely. Lions starting 5 in the game still. No subs yet. Here's a jump stop and shot. Just can't get the roll, but rebounded by Lions, though, and he puts it back in. The shot was missed by Oskin, but Lions, Johnny on the spot. Rebound, puts it back. Coach Maddox will be happy about that. He wants a better block out than that situation. 6-4. 2-point game. Blackwell posting up, makes a move down the lane. Go, no, rims out. Wow, that ball was going down the hoop and it came out. Here comes Oskin the other direction. Guard picked up by Bonds, rather. Oh, that's traveling, not called. That was totally a walk. In trouble right now. Stolen by Bonds. Down the lane goes Bonds. Layup good. Stole it from Elrod, number 4, who traveled first. Here's a bad pass. Picked up. It's 8-4 CPA with 4:25 to go. Lions have it. They want to get this game off to a big start. Lindsay for 3. Jalen drains it. Big shot by the junior. Now 11-4. Lions by 7. Steal by Lindsay. Dance it! Oh, my. And it gets pushed out of the way by Lions. Frustrated there. You may have seen that. 0-0 Lions push Lindsay out of the way. He was extremely frustrated. Lindsay was trying to get position to play defense on the inbound, but I think Lions thought that Jalen was in his way to get the basketball. You saw Lions give a shove to Lindsay there. That's not, I don't think you want to do that. That might fire up Lindsay. Inbounded to Elrod. He tries to break out of there. He does. Wide open down. Blocked by Blackwell. And it's caught by Blackwell and passed down court. Lindsay picks it up. Nice play by Braxton Blackwell, rather. Coleman Spann in the game. Nails a 3. Spann off the bench. Big shot. And the junior, he comes off the bench. Stolen by Alsmiller almost. Picked up by Elrod. Now here's Lyons. Lyons goes down the lane. Lyons a runner. Off the backboard, good. Nice shot by Alex Lyons that time. 16-6. 3:29 to go in the first. Here's Spann again for 3. No good this time. Rebound, though, to Bonds. Bonds spins. Bonds shoots. No good. Rebound, Lindsay, though. Lindsay goes up. Gets hammered by 3 guys. Take your pick. And he gives a little 5 to Spann. Lindsay is pumped up right now. You can see him give an emphatic 5 to Coleman Spann right now. Their teammate. 3:19 to go. What became a track meet there for about 2 minutes in a row here. Swish for Lindsay. Now 17-6 CPA. 3:19 in the first. Lions putting on incredible pressure. We'll see how frustrated White House gets. They may get extremely frustrated. Lions, at one time, you saw it, was not happy about Lindsay being in his way. Double team right here, Bonds and Lindsay. He's in trouble as Elrod, but he gets it up to Fogel, 55. Now in the game, it's Husky, number 2 with the basketball. He gives it off in the corner to Breedlove, who's in 2. 24 Breedlove has come in for White House. 2 subs for the Blue Devils. Blackwell on the steal. Blackwell hands off to Lindsay. Goes in for layup. Good. White House wanted perhaps a charge right there, not called. Full court pressure continues. 20-6 Lions. 2:50 to go here in the first. Coach Maddox looking for the kill early, if you will. There's a good play by Coleman Spann, but it's taken right back by Elrod. Here he comes. Now it's 4-on-1. He'll stop and shoot. Nice shot. 2-pointer? No, 3-pointer, they say. They say 3, and it'll be 20-9. Here is a foul, hard foul, knocked out of bounds is Spann. The CPA fans up there wanted a intentional foul. I don't think it was called. Let's see. Now it's a call. The foul is called against Stephen Elrod. That's the first foul, second team foul rather of the game. First on Elrod. Out come Blackwell and Alsmiller and Spann. In come Richard 20, Adams 12, and Zelnick 3. Connor Zelnick getting in the game early. Good to see that. 20-9. That was counted a 3. Coach Maddox down here on the other side was pointing at the line saying it was a 2. Referee said no, it's a 3. So they give 3 points to Elrod that time on the pull-up jumper. They had 4-on-1 against Blackwell. He decided to shoot it from the outside and ended up being a smart choice. It went in. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Lions 20, Blue Devils 9. Here's a drive by Bonds back to Lindsay. No good. Tipped in by Richard. What a play. Thomas Richard got positioned and he tipped the ball in. Good hands for Richard, who's also a standout wide receiver on the football field. Here's another 3 by White House. No good that time. Rebound comes down to Lindsay. The shot was, there's a foul. He'll be called. The shot was taken by Logan Oskin, but couldn't quite find the mark. It's 22-9. CPA with 1:58 to go in the first. Fast-paced game right here. White House just clearly outmatched roster-wise, if you will. I don't mean any disrespect to them. It's just that CPA's got a little more talent. Now we play the game on the hard court today. We'll see if the Lions keep this going. The leader right now by 13 points. Bonds down the middle, lays it up. No good, he gets hammered. Foul called, I believe it's going to be on, there's a little bit of a shove. Foul called on, let's see, Oskin, I think. Yeah, Logan Oskin gets the foul. Fourth team foul. First on Oskin. That'll be 2 shots for Braxton Bonds. First one is going to go hit the front of the rim and bounce away. 1:44 remaining in the first. Thanks for the text, Jay Baker. We're trying to fix that static. I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll check our connections. If there's any static on the broadcast, apologize for that. Not sure what's happening there. Jay, let us know if it gets any better or worse, too. Here we go. Lions up by 14. The shot is good that time by Fogel off the backboard. 23-11. 1:25 to go in the first. Jay, by the way, did a great job last night. Out of bounds, knocked away. Good hustle right there by Logan Oskin. Now they're going to say it's off of Span, I guess. Looked like it was off Oskin for sure, but the referee said no. Good defense by Zelnick right there. That's stolen that time. Zelnick to Richard to Blackwell for slam. Dunk. Here's a steal, though, by Whitehouse. The other direction. Good job by Zelnick. What a play by Connor right there to catch up with Jordan Husky and knock the ball out of bounds. Great, great hustle by Connor. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Lions 25-11. Here come 2 starters back in, Bonds and Allsmiller. Out go Adams. Good hustle by Paul Adams, and also Zelnick really gets a pat on the back from Coach Maddox, and he deserves it. Here's the 3 on the way. No good that time by Oskin. It was close. Clock at 50 seconds in the first quarter. Allsmiller. Oh, no good. In and out, in and out. There's a foul going to be called on Blackwell. Blackwell got the basketball, he thinks, but Jake Smith went down hard, and Blackwell was called for the foul. That's the second team foul. Wait, it's called on Bonds, I guess. Never mind. Not Blackwell, called against Bonds. Second team foul, first personal on Braxton Bonds. Clock at 41 seconds. Trying to get inbounds, Whitehouse barely does. And it's Smith with the ball. And the clock at 35 seconds. Smith trying to find some space. Barely does. Almost stolen by Jake right there. Gets it back to Lions. Lions has it down the lane. He goes. A runner. No good. Rebound. Span. Good job by Coleman. He gets fouled. That's not a very good foul right there by Brian Breedlove, 24. He kind of just grabbed at Coleman. That'll be the 5th, I think, against Whitehouse this half. And we're only in the first quarter still, so they're going to get in foul trouble if they're not careful. First personal called against Breedlove. Lions have 18 seconds now to play for a last shot. Here's Span. Drains it. Coleman Span for 3. Long shot at the buzzer over the backboard. So, after 1, CPA leads at 28-11 by 17. The game has gone pretty much the way we thought it would go. And CPA has the upper hand. I want to give a thanks to Joseph Newman, who's helping us with production and scoreboard tonight. Good job, Joseph. And Derek Pennico, always the man on music. And Nathan Olmstead on the camera down there. Appreciate the crew here. Phil Newman bringing the broadcast with this outstanding crew. If you're watching, like Jay Baker, if you hear static, let me know. We're trying to solve the problem here. I'm not sure what the issue is, but the static. And let me know if it's better. It's hard to tell sometimes on this side of the broadcast what's happening. And so do feel free to text me if you know the number. Most of you, so many of you out there I think do. And Jay Baker, we broke some news last night with Jay. He's a CPA senior who's just decided yesterday to go to Rhodes College in Memphis, and he'll be continuing his academic and also athletic career there. He's an outstanding high jumper on the track team. Now back to basketball, second quarter, Lions by 17. Pressure put on, stolen by Bonds. He lays it in. That was Jake and Braxton together causing that turnover. It's now 30-11. 19-point lead, stolen by Blackwell that time. Braxton down the lane, cut off by Lions. Back to Bonds now. Bonds thinks about it. Manuel to back. Blackwell, he slams it. No call there. I think it looked like maybe Husky was trying to get a charge. Didn't get it. Here's Husky with the basketball. Down the lane he goes. Rejected by Lindsay with two hands. Crowds wanted a block. There's Blackwell. What a beautiful play. Alley-oop from Bonds to Blackwell. He puts it in off the glass. My gracious. 34-11 suddenly. Lions now by, what is that, 23. With 7:15 to go till halftime. Here's a three on the way. Nice shot that time by Jake Smith from the corner. Smith stems the tie. Back to 20-point lead for CPA, 34-14. Here's Blackwell, who's playing great right this second. Lindsay for three again. Give it to him. Jalen nails the three. The pressure continues. Lions 37-14. Jake Smith gets it across. Finds a Breedlove. Lions pass up a three that time and gets it back to Smith. He drives, gets it off to Husky. Husky tries to split the double team, but he's going to be, what's it called? Timeout called by Coach Maddox. Blackwell had the ball on the floor. Husky was fighting him for it. Good show of right there, sportsmanship by Braxton Bonds. Going to pick up Husky and pat him on the backside. It's a good play. So 6:31 to go in the second quarter. Husky may have a little ding on his forehead there. Look like he was kind of getting a little bit of a look from the one of the coaches right there. Coach Gary Smith is on down there trying to get something going for his team. Right now, Coach Maddox is instructing Jake on a point. You can see that in the huddle. I've got to speculate a little bit. My speculation is that Coach Huey is off scouting somewhere, if I had to guess. Coach Huey is one of the coaches for CPA. Outstanding job at putting together scouting reports, among other great jobs that Coach Michael Huey does. I have a hard time hearing on his headset. I don't know what. Hopefully it's not affecting too much the broadcast and you can hear out there. I hope. We'll see. Okay, here's Bonds. Long pass. Terrible pass. Not a good one. Rebound to Blackwell, though. Now back to Lindsay to Bonds. Bonds looking for the alley-oop to Lindsay that time, but it was not there. So CPA fortunate to get that ball back. Here's Lindsay for three again. No good this time. Rebound comes to Lions. Good job by Alex Lyons. And here he has stolen by Blackwell. A foul is called, though, I think on Braxton Blackwell. Yeah, with a push. No, Bonds. That's Bonds' second personal, and the team's third. There are 5 against White House right now. 6:03 to go, second period. Here is a double team. Backcourt trouble right now for White House to get it across, though. Almost a travel right there by Oskin, but he shoots and scores. 2-pointer that time for Oskin. Good jump shot by Logan Oskin. Team back to within 21 at 37-16. Here comes Bonds. Blackwell, they're going to kind of clear out. And here's a screen going to be set by Alsman. They're going to roll off it. Blackwell inside to Lindsay. Lindsay's turns. Wow. First shot didn't go in. It was a nice looking move on an up and under shot, but he got the rebound and put it in. 39-16 now, 5:20 to go. Lions on the lane. What's the call? They're going to call a block, I think, on Jake. Is it? I'm not positive, but yeah, they called a block on that. Thought maybe a charge might be forthcoming, but instead it was Jake who kind of limps out of that mess. Jake kind of not limps as much as just looks like he's in some pain from taking that hard collision from Lyons, who's at the line. First one's good. Alex Lyons. Sub coming in, 2 subs. Span, number 2, checks in for Manuel, and Richard checks in for Alsmiller. We'll take a break. 5:18. We haven't seen a lot of guys so far. We'll probably see Davis, Dreer, and some of those guys a little bit later. Injured is Parker Howell, the shoulder injury. Shot rattles out, rebound by Lindsay. 5:17. Parker Howell, one of the strong sophomores for CPA, has had that shoulder injury in a district game last week, and he's still not in uniform tonight. He's not in a sling, though, which is probably a good sign. He's recovering. Span. Lindsay for 3 again. Swish. Jalen's taking it outside tonight. Several three-pointers. He's looking sharp. 42-17, the football score right now. Lions lead with 4:50 to go in the second quarter. Here's a travel. He did, actually over and back. His foot hit the line. That was Stephen Elrod's foot touched the midcourt line. All right, we still have static. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what's happening with that, but we'll try to fix it. Let's try that. That may be better. See if that's any better on the static front. All right, that may be better. We'll find out. Time the ball is rebounded or taken away by Whitehouse. We'll get it across. 4:17 to go. Trap in the corner. Comes away with it though. Stephen Elrod drains the 3. Long pass to Span. Now it gets it back to Richard. 4 minutes flat to go till halftime. 42-20. Blackwell. Good job passing it around, the CPA, the Lions are. Lindsay has it now, far right wing, back to Bonds. Bonds will drive. Runner is no good. Own rebound. Gives, oh, what a pass to Richard. And Richard puts it in. That's a great little pass from Braxton Bonds. A nice assist. 3:40 to go. Ball out of bounds off of CPA. I think that might be, I hope that's better. Let's find out. On the sound, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just trying different things here. So anyway, CPA 44-20. Inbounded to Elrod. He gives it to Smith for a 3. Yes, good shot that time by Jake Smith. Well, 44-23, back to within 21 points. Are the Blue Devils. Here's Lindsay for 3. Way off the mark. Off of, they're going to say off of Blackwell. That was off of Whitehouse from this vantage point, but not the case. It was given to the boys in the blue, trimmed in white. CPA, of course, in their home whites, trimmed in some purple and gold. Try. Timeout call by Whitehouse. It's a 30-second timeout. Okay, trying to work out some of our sound issues. If you're out there, I apologize if you're hearing static. Not sure what's causing it, but we'll try to solve it as the game goes on. See if that does any good. I don't know. I'm just trying different things on our sound board here. Okay, 3:04 to go in the first half. It's 44-23. CPA leads it by 21 points right now, but Whitehouse has showed some life. That was almost a travel. Long 3 on the way from Smith. No good. Rebound comes down to Lindsay. Here's Alsmiller bringing it across with 2:50 to go. Blackwell has it out front. CPA may run some clock here. Look for a good shot. Here's Richard. Goes baseline. Gets it to, well, Lindsay gets it eventually. Through the lane he goes. Wow. That's a D1 move right there. Lindsey goes across the lane, puts it in, and gets the foul. Shot is no good. Rebound comes down. Adams picks it up and puts it in. Paul Adams. Big junior. Good play by Adams there. 48-23. 2.25 on the clock in the first half. Husky splits it. Long three on the way. Too strong that time by Oskin, but it comes back to his teammate Smith. Now he gives it to Elrod. It's Smith again, shooting over Adams. No good. Rebound comes to the freshman Blackwell. Richard. No good. Rebound. Oh, Adams fights for it. A foul should have been called earlier on Paul. He did foul, I think. He's a big guy too. He may get penalized for just being big. And the gentleman he fouled there was Jake Smith, who's a lot smaller than Adams, put it that way. Paul could kind of breathe on him and maybe commit a foul. Bonds is in, and Zelnick is back in. Blackwell and Richard take a seat. 1:52 to go in the half. Lions by 25, right? Yes. Lions. Oh, what a block by Adams. And he rebounds the miss on the second shot. Paul Adams. That was emphatic. Outstanding play by the big man. And he gets the ball, lays it in off the pass from Bonds rather. Great play there. Bonds to Adams, and a foul be committed on Connor Zelnick from behind on Stephen Elrod. Elrod has some words for Lindsey, it looks like. I'm not sure if Lindsey said something to Elrod first, but Elrod turned around and Jalen had a couple words for him. And we'll see if that's anything that's maybe some frustration. Who knows? I don't think Jalen's the kind of guy that's known for a lot of trash talking out there. Hard to tell what happened on that situation. 125. Here's a double team by Zelnick and Bonds, but it's broken that time. Oh, Jalen Lindsey, though, Osmiller, he traveled, didn't get called on it. That was a walk, maybe two walks. It was like a 5-year-old with the YMCA travel and call. 1:08 to go. The crowd up to our left is the White House crowd. They wanted to travel too. They probably deserved one there. Adams inside. Adams going to be called for a charge. Taken there nicely by Lyons. Alex Lyons, 0-0. Little acting involved, maybe. Hard to tell, but Adams was called for the foul. It will be his third personal, the team's 7th. Offensive foul load like that is not a shooting foul. Here comes Whitehouse. Smith back to Elrod. It's Smith again. Now to Lyons. Lyons down the lane. Whoa! What a block by Adams. He's called for the foul. He can't believe it. That's a great play by Adams. And the crowd to our left is applauding the referee. Now Jalen Lindsey and Braxton Bonds are applauding their teammate. That's his 4th foul here with 49 seconds to go till halftime. Adams, that's a great block, I'll tell you what. But to the line goes Lyons. He misses the free throw. There's a little bit of justice right there, and Adams claps. I don't think Adams means any disrespect for Lyons. He just means, hey, wait a minute. That was a rejection extraordinaire by Adams. And referee's always right, though. Referee called the foul. Maybe he thought the body was involved there. Who knows? Clock is still at 49.5. Lions have 50 points in the first half, 23 for Whitehouse right now. All right, we're gonna at halftime we're gonna unplug everything and plug it back in. See if we can eliminate the static. I have no idea what's causing it. Sorry about that. Okay, thanks Lisa Roman. We'll try some other stuff. So, clock at 38 seconds. Lions may try to hold for one shot. .22 seconds. Now that's 33. Micah Davis is in the game, along with Ben Dreer, 32. And Zelnick A lot of guys playing that don't get a lot of playing time in the first half typically. Clock at 8 seconds now. Zelnick has it. Davis, Dreer for three. No good. Rebound Span. He gets hammered. Yeah. What's the call? Yeah, he gets hammered on the floor. Well, that's the 7th foul against White House. It will be a shooting foul, 1-1. For Span, I thought maybe he was shooting on that one, but the referee said no. He did get kind of smacked across the head. Span talking to Husky there maybe. Husky committed the foul. He kind of tomahawked in there. Shoots. The shot is no good. Rebound. Whoa. No, nothing called right there. Just halftime. Now Span's talking to Lions. You better just get out of here and don't say anything he'll regret later. Span didn't like the foul. He got chopped real hard by Husky there. And halftime. Cheerleaders are going to perform at the half. We'll get a little bit of that routine. After that, we're going to show you the video from Tuesday night's big game when Lipscomb and CPA went at it, the girls' game. The big shot by Faith Legate and the big finish with a free throw by Lauren Thompson. So stick around. We have that video to queue up after this cheerleading routine. Enjoy this. Sound quality. I'm just trying different channels to see if we can clean that up. So the same folks who've been texting me, please do so again if you would. I'd appreciate that. Now let's take a break from the broadcast and watch that video from Tuesday night. I think if you're familiar with, if you were either at the game or you saw it later on Channel 4, it was on Channel 4 the next night. Here it is. You're going to see the shot by Faith Legate followed by the end of the game. Outstanding finish of that game. It's possible Lipscomb and CPA might meet again in the region tournament. Lipscomb certainly got to be disappointed with the way that game ended up. They thought they had that one, and then free throw was made by Thompson. The layup missed by Stephanie Hamby there on the other side for Lipscomb. She was definitely distraught by that. So who knows? Lipscomb may get a chance to avenge that loss before it's all over. They're still alive. I believe they're still alive. I got to check that. But anyway, try to change channels here for those of you who are still tuned in at the half, and we'll see if that does any good. I just don't know what to do. I don't have a sound expert with me. So the mix is looks good from here, and it sounds okay, but let's see, that does any good? No, doesn't any good. I just don't know. So about 5 minutes to go till second half action is scheduled to begin. And hopefully it'll get better second half. I don't know what to do, really. Okay. Stick around, we'll be back with you in a few minutes for second half action. Again, Lions lead 50-24 over White House in this Region 5 quarterfinal matchup. And back with you for second half action. About a minute from now. Leading scorers three players have six points apiece for White House. And leading all scorers is Jalen Lindsay with 19 points. Yeah, 19 points in the first half. Really big half. Okay, second half action will begin, and I don't want to belabor this, but if you're hearing static out there, I apologize. I don't know what to do to fix it. I kind of, not the tech guy with the background, just kind of fell into this that part of the job. Much more the, well, the hack play-by-play guy, not so much the tech guy. Okay. Second half action about to begin. Lions have their starting five out there. Lindsay, Blackwell, Bonds, Manuel, and Osmer. Good to see Andrew starting now. He didn't always start. Sometimes it's Coleman Span, other times it's Thomas Richard. Just depends. Usually the four you can depend on Blackwell, Lindsay, Osmiller, and Bond starting, and then that fifth one has been a little bit of a rotation. Okay. Bonds has it. Of course, Lions going now left to right on your screen. Jake for three. No, he passes it up. Gets chipped right there by Elrod, but no foul call. Lindsay inside. Lindsay spins. Lindsay shoots. Scores. Right over Fogel that time, 55. Couldn't stop Lindsay. Lead is 52-24. Mentioned a couple times in the first half where there was some, maybe a little bit of words spoken between these players. White House guys just seem a little bit frustrated. Good steal by Osmiller right there. Gives it to Lindsay. Now back to Bonds. 7:17 to go. Manuel. Lindsay for three. No good that time. Rebound. Bonds tips it to Blackwell. Nice job. Blackwell scores on a little bit of a 14-foot jumper there. Stolen by Blackwell. He's going to dunk it. Watch. Yeah, he misses it. Oh, my gracious. Bonds goes up. Gets fouled. No good. Blackwell. Can't believe he missed that one. I think he might have been thought about dunking for a second. They thought about laying it in. He got caught in no man's land. Osmiller's smiling at him. That's funny to watch. Osmiller gave him a smile. Now Blackwell smiles for a second. Coach Maddox, not much to say about that. It was a nice steal by Braxton Blackwell. Here's Braxton Bonds at the line. That foul was called against Lions, his second personal, number 00. First of the half by either team. Second free throw, gets the roll. Home roll, friendly roll right there. I said a couple times over the season that Blackwell, Bonds rather, he's always in the gym practicing. I've seen him at some weird hours of the day during the summer practicing when you can tell he just wants to get better, and he does. White House has the basketball. Out of bounds, off of CPA though, the Blue Devils ball with 6:37 to go in the third. Lead is 32 points right now, and 56-24. It gets to be 35 points in the fourth quarter. The clock will run continuously. Here's a three by Smith, short. Rebound Manuel, nice position, and Lions trying to muscle him up there after the rebound. Bonds inside for Lindsay. Lindsay, Fogel has him momentarily. Ball knocked away for a second. Good play right there by Elrod, number 4. To disrupt Lindsay as he tried to go for the shot. That made just enough of a problem for Lindsay to miss that one. Rebound by White House. Here they come. Here's Lions for a long three. No good. Good job by Andrew Manuel to get that rebound. Good position first and tracked it down. Manuel has it now. Way short off the side there. Rebound taken away by Oskin. And he gives off to Elrod. 5:47 to go in the third. Lions going to put some pressure on. We'll see what they do, being White House. It's Oskin for three, no good off the side. Rebound Lindsay. Lindsay, as I mentioned earlier, leading scorer of the first half, 19 points. CPA up 56-24. That game is what we anticipated it would be. Lions about this much better, probably on paper, than White House. Bonds down the lane. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound by Fogel. Bonds just could not quite get that one to fall. He tried to go under the basket and come up the other side on the backboard. A little bit too strong. 5:06 to go. Here's Oskin. Free throw line extended. Jumper is good. Good shot by Logan Oskin. He's a junior. Blackwell has it. A lot of juniors on both teams. Very few seniors. Only 2 seniors on White House. Here's Lindsay. No good. Rebound comes down to Oskin. Knocked away by Manuel. Oskin wanted a foul there. Manuel for 3. Good. Andrew Manuel. 4:35 to go. Third quarter. Andrew knocked that ball away from Oskin, and Oskin held his face like he was hitting the face. Maybe the ball got him in the face. I don't know. There's Lyons on the lane. Nice shot. A little runner in the lane by Alex Lyons. Looked really good. Bonds goes down and gets, Blackwell gets hammered by Lyons. Who's helped up by Coach Elson right there down the far wall. Coach Elson, RBA usually down there, but he couldn't make it tonight because of a family commitment to the game. If you missed the Channel 5 story last night, look on our website. On the homepage of our website, you'll see a link to it. CPALions.org as Blackwell drains the first one. CPALions.org, you'll see a link in the red text to the story. Outstanding story. Our thanks to Channel 5 and Andrea, reporter Andrea. He did a great job with that story. And also Logan, the videographer on the story. We really appreciate that. It's a piece of the story about RBA is impending transition to emeritus role next year, and Nathaniel Morrow becoming the headmaster. Check it out on our website. Here's a long 3, good by Smith. Jake Smith drains it. If anybody out there is listening, hit me one more time if you still hear problems, or if you don't. I'm trying to solve it if we can. I just don't know. Inside to Lindsay. Lindsay spins. Lindsay, wow. Good. 63-31 lead back to 32 with 3:40 remaining in the third. Lions now not really at full court press anymore. They're picking up more at right at half court. Stolen by Bonds. Quick hands by Braxton. He goes on the lane. Oh, reverse layup. That was lovely. Derek Penico agrees. So does Joseph right here. Doing the score. Good job by young Joseph, 7th grader. Here's Smith, blanketed by Blackwell and Manuel. Stolen by Manuel. Gets it ahead to Bonds. 1-on-1. Goes on the lane. Gets hammered. No call. Makes the layup, though. And Bonds puts his hands out to say, it's good. I'm cool. I'm relaxed. He was a little frustrated with that contact not called there. Lead is now 36 points. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Here's a Husky for 3. No good. Rebound. Jake gets it. Good job by Alsmiller. Bonds playing really well this quarter. Been a little bit everywhere. Thank you, Lisa Roman, for that text. We'll solve this maybe for next game. I don't know what's going on. Blackwell inside. Dunks in on a pass from Alsmiller. 69-31. Now we'll see who all gets in the game. At this point, it might be a lot of guys who don't normally get in. Shot no good. Rebound. Lindsay with authority. Nice rebound out to Blackwell. Blackwell gives it back to Jake for a long 3. NBA 3. No good. Up the top of the backboard. Out of bounds. Don't go anywhere. We're going to, next time out, we're going to unplug the sound for a minute and try to get some relief for your ears out there on the static. 2:09 to go. Here comes several subs for CPA. Davis is back in, 33. Zelnick, 3. Richard, 20 is back in. Adams, 12 with 4 fouls. And then Coleman Span, number 2. 2 minutes to go in the third. Smith passes up a 3. Guarded by Richard in the zone. There's going to be a foul called on Thomas. And Adams rejected Smith. And Smith did not like that a bit. He took issue with it. Adams just blocked it. Adams looked like he was staying calm right there. The foul was called way before that. We're up here smiling because Adams said, what did I do? I just blocked the shot, right? Did he just block that shot? He just blocked it, right? And Smith took exception to it. Well, that's called a block. It's a legal play in basketball. Husky trying to inbound. Get to the Smith. Smith. I mean, Whitehouse got to be frustrated this game. It's not going the way they maybe hoped. Here's 3 for Lions. Good shot. Alex Lyons. Smooth jumper. He's a good player. Lions. Is it Lyon? I'm sorry, I've been saying it. Lions. It's a charge called against Richard. Husky takes it down there. I've been saying Alex Lyons all night. I think it might be just Alex Lyon now. Look at the roster I've got. If that's so, I apologize if any of his family is watching or if they watch it later if I got his name wrong. He's a junior guard, Lyon, Alex Lyon, and he is a good player. Yet he's in the game double zero over there on the far side right now. Here's Elrod for a long 3. Swish. Good shot by Elrod. 69-34. Lead back down to 37 rather. Lead back down to, what is that, 32? Yes, 32 points. There's Dreer in the game, 32. Now stolen away by Whitehouse. Here's Lyon. Lays it in. Off a pass from Brian Breedlove. Right now, Whitehouse fans are excited, but they're still way down. Under a minute to go. 30-point lead, CPA at 69-39. Lions been stuck on that number for a while, though. They need a bucket. Here's one, maybe. No good on the shot by Davis. Richard loses the ball off his foot, or knocked away perhaps. Breedlove has it, gives it up. Elrod to Smith with 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Elrod for 3. Good. Well, Whitehouse is showing something here. The lead is down to 27. 69-42. Lions can't get over 70 right now. They can't get to 70 at the moment. 19 seconds. Zelnick has it. All the starters are out for CPA. 11 seconds. Game's over. Zelnick going to make a move. Gives to Davis. Back to Zelnick. Makes a move. 3 seconds to go. Runner in the lane. No good, but a foul's called. Didn't see much there, but Lyon is nodding his head like maybe he did commit a foul. That's good to see if he did. Kind of admit it. 2 shots. It is Lyon, the 4th personal called against him. I again apologize for getting his name wrong. I hate doing that. I'm a stickler for names usually, and that time I blew it the first part of the game. Zelnick at the line. Swish. Connor Zelnick gets in the scorebook. He's played well in his minutes tonight. Good defense earlier. Outgo 2 starters for Whitehouse. Getting the pat on the back by Coach Gary Smith down here to our left. Second shot for Zelnick. No good this time. Rebound to Husky. Long shot on the way. Oh my goodness! That almost went in. That was close. Hit the rim and the net, I think, on that far side. That would have been maybe a highlight one for ESPN. Who knows? 70-42 after 3. Lions led at halftime, 50-28, I believe it was. If my numbers are right, then they won that quarter 20-14. So lead 70-42. But you gotta say some signs of life shown by Whitehouse late in that quarter. They were able to drain a couple threes and get their fans on their feet to. See the cheerleaders over here, maybe a quick look at them doing their thing as they're about to hold up the signs right there. I always like to mention Courtney Baker. Also, didn't realize that Abby Granberry is one of the cheerleaders. I was talking to her dad, Langley Granberry. Abby is a sophomore in that group of purple-clad cheerleaders. Kind of remember when she was a little baby. Known the Granberries for a while. Hadn't seen them for a while. Hadn't seen her. Anyway, she's a sophomore and part of that team along with Courtney Baker, our good friend. Here is a Husky. Gives it off to Oscar, I should say. Out of bounds off CPA. So 4th quarter underway. Lead at 28 points. Whitehouse double teamed by Bonds and Manuel here. It's taken away off the foot of Manuel. It popped up in the air. Crowd wanted a kick call there, I think. But the referee thought maybe incidental contact. The ball just popped up and Bonds grabbed it. This game is chippy. It could get chippier, I think, if the referees aren't careful to keep it under control. It's There's frustration on the White House side at the moment. Here's Lindsay back in the game. Lindsay goes up, no call, misses the shot though. Lindsay rebounds, goes up, foul this time. I think White House trying to draw the charge right there, and it's good to see number 4, Elrod, gives a pat, I think, to Lindsay and says, nice play, something like that. That's good to see, a show of sportsmanship on both sides. We certainly don't want any ugliness to happen. There have been a couple of times there was some words exchanged earlier tonight, but it's maybe calmed down by now. Let's hope. 7:15 to go in the game. 72-42 lead back to 30 for CPA. They will advance to the semifinal. I saw Catfish. He's here tonight, and wearing I shouldn't say this on the air, probably might get him in trouble, but Catfish from Pearl Cone wearing a CPA basketball shirt tonight. Somewhere down in there. Good to see that. Catfish is a good friend of ours, and we love when he calls the band and calls the games at Pearl Cone. We're going to miss that next year, being in 12 AA instead of 10 AA. Coach Raymond Pratcher over there, good guy all around. There's a good shot taken by Stephen Elrod for 2. Now 72-44. Jay Baker did a good job last night of mentioning some couple things coming up next weekend. It's Act Fest on Friday and Saturday. It's Friday, I think it's 7. It's Saturday, no good by Alsmiller. Rebound, Lindsay though goes up. Foul called against either Husky or Fogel. Let's see, it's on Fogel on the arm. Lindsay will shoot 2. And right there again, you saw Husky kind of catch Lindsay as he was losing his balance. And I want to point that out again. It's a good show of sportsmanship. Gets the roll that time, goes in, 73-44. So Axe Fest is Friday at 7 and Saturday at 11 a.m. It's the Feeder 2 class doing Fairy Tales and Fables. That's the name of it, or title of it. It's going to be in the in Fellowship Hall. Yeah, if I said Fellowship Hall, not the Fellowship Hall, it's called Fellowship Hall. That's the name of the room. Kind of like Freedom Hall in Louisville, not the Freedom Hall, it's Freedom Hall. And that will be a great performance by the high school, some of the actors in high school. So what's some entertainment? It's cheap, $5 I think it is to get in, if my math is right. Just come to that event. No good by Oswald. Rebound, Blackwell may have traveled. They have traveled like twice. Good play there by Fogel defensively. Husky picks it up. 5:46 to go. So Friday and Saturday, Act Fest at CPA. Blocked by Osmiller, picked up by Lindsay. Good job there by Jake to block that shot attempt. Lead is at 30 still with 5:34 and running in the fourth quarter of this region quarterfinal game. So as I was saying earlier, CPA will advance to play the winner of Pearl Cone Sycamore. I think Pearl Cone may be playing at Sycamore tonight. I'm not sure, maybe it's either today or I don't know. Anyway, winner of that game plays winner of this game. Manuel, oh, what a play. Good pass by Jake and a good reverse layup by Andrew Manuel. He's played well tonight. He's been a spark for CPA in a starting role tonight. Crowd's been spirited over here for White House. They have good fans up there. They really get passionate about it. Nice shot. Husky misses though off the leg of Lindsay out of bounds. The White House crowd fans they love their school and their community. There you see frustration on the face of Logan Oskin coming out. Oskin sits down with a towel on his face. This is elimination game, we said, so White House will be done after this game. And they had a tough draw coming out trying to play CPA. They'll finish at 6-24. Here's Lyon, no good. They have a lot of guys coming back though. And the crowd liked that play by Husky, jumping over the bench. Pretty impressive right there by Husky. I don't know if you saw that or not, but he jumped over his teammates on the bench, showing his athleticism right there. Husky is a senior, one of the few seniors. They have only 3 on the roster, or 2 actually. No, 3. Elrod is another one, and Breedlove is a third. So 2 starters are seniors for White House. Here's Richard with a scoop shot, no good. Fogel knocks it to Husky for the rebound. 4:20 to go in the game. Husky down the lane. Also rejected. It was a good block attempt by Paul Adams, but the ball went in. So props that time to Husky for getting that ball over the outstretched hand of Paul Adams and on the glass. Adams to Richard. basically the starters are out right now for Lions. That's a good, safe idea there by Coach Maddox. They lead by 30 points. No reason to risk any injury at this point. It's just academic right now. Inside to Fogel. Fogel makes a move, travels. Yeah, he did. I think he dragged his foot. Crowd down to our left. Can't dispute that one. It's kind of fun to hear the visiting crowd sometimes from this perch because they're right down below us. And you can kind of hear the ebb and flow of their excitement and disappointment. And here come a bunch of subs. 5 subs for White House. 3:37 to go. CPA Coach Maddox is probably going to, well, he may get some guys in. 2 more subs out. 2 more subs that haven't played yet for Lions if I see it correctly down there. Here's Adams inside, goes up, no good. Got a nice pass that time from Micah Davis. Here's Lyon, he gets fouled, but and no call, makes a shot. Good job by Alex Lyon that time. 3:10 to go. Richard. Davis, they've traveled. Here's a pass for Adams, but it's knocked away. Good to see Davis get a lot of minutes, 33. Husky goes down the lane, he gets fouled by Adams. That'll be 5 on Paul. I give kudos to Paul for keeping his cool tonight. That will be, I think, his 5th. Yeah, it is. Coach Maddox is going to send somebody in. Who is it going to be? Maybe Ben Dreer, 32. Adams he's really done a good job of staying cool tonight. He's played well. He's also not gotten rattled by the crowd or by anything that's maybe been said to him by White House players. He gives a little mini salute down there. You can't see it, but that's okay. Mini salute, sits down and shakes his head. Coach Maddox says something to him. Maybe just good job, I don't know. If I get a chance, I'm going to tell Paul in person he did a good job. So now, wholesale substitutions is the cliche. Everybody out, basically, for White House. Their last game of the season. Elrod is one of the seniors. He gets a hug, number 4. And now out comes Husky, another senior. And he gets a standing ovation from the visiting students, fan section. .245 to go. Lions lead it 76-50. Span down the lane. No good. No foul called either. A lot of guys on the floor, including Span, getting up slowly. Hope he's okay. White House. That was, let's see who's in the game for them. Tipton, a sophomore, 45. Here's Davis, 3. Micah Davis drains a 3. Good shot there by Micah. So I don't let me all the players, if I can, for White House, will try. 3-pointers on the way, no good. That time taken by Drake Downs, a junior. Here comes Davis, 2:08 to go. Davis will drive down the lane, give it back to Zelnick. Zelnick will drive and spin. Oh, man. Davis again. No good this time. Rebound taken away by Tipton. Here he comes. In the corner to Hardy. Spin, shot taken in and out, rattles out that time by Tate, Joseph Tate. Okay, foul call that time on a block against Downs. This is the fun part of the game for the announcer who doesn't know the visiting team. We try to look at the roster quickly, and here come 2 guys for CPA, and let's see. Oh boy, not on my roster. Who's 24 for us? Harris is 24. And then Tommy Meck. There's a foul call. Tommy Meck is 34. I'm asking our students here to help me out. Meck is 34. Harris is 24. I want to give props to those guys as they get some playing time in this playoff game. It's to the line. We have Tipton. Free throw is too strong. 1:30 to go in the game. More subs. Big roster for White House. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16 guys, or rather 14 guys on their roster. Free throw good that time by Tipton. And in for the first time comes Meeks, the sophomore guard. let's see. Lions have what? They have, I guess they have 14 also. I didn't quite see that. Whitehouse just seems like a bigger roster for me. Not sure why that is. Inside to Meck. No good. Rebound, though, gets for Tommy. Tommy spins. No good. Rebound, Whitehouse. 1:12 to go. Down the lane. No look pass. Good job there by Drake Downs with a pass to 34, whose name is 31, rather. It was Wiseman. Shot no good. Rebound by Tommy Meck. Let's see if we can get it up. Nope. Davis. Dreer. No good. Tommy goes up. Scores! Good to see that. Tommy Meck, 34 with a bucket. Persistence pays off that time for Tommy, and the crowd chants Tommy's name. Gotta love that. Drive. Kick back. Almost stolen by Zelnick. Here's a three on the way with 30 seconds to go. Banked it in. The bank is open. That was a Faithful Gate special right there off the backboard. Taken by Tanner Bradford. 20 seconds to go. 80-56. CPA leads by 24 points. The game wasn't as close. Zelnick. Harris. Davis. 6 seconds. They may just hold the ball. They will. Game's going to end in 3 seconds. All right. Well, there you have it. Game's over, 80-56. So that last quarter ends up being a 14-10 quarter for Whitehouse, but by that time the game was not in doubt. So we'll say the Lions go to 31-2. Whitehouse will conclude their season at 6-24. Lions move on to Tuesday, 8 o'clock basketball game against either Sycamore or Pearl Cone. Did he say which one? Don't know if we know that yet. Here we go, the stats. Bonds 11, Blackwell 12. 27 for Lindsay. So you heard that, Lindsay with 27, Blackwell 12, Bonds 11 for CPA. Leading scorers. That's for the Blackwell extended family in Virginia. I'd like to know that at the end of the game. We're glad to bring it to you. Okay, girls play Monday at 7:30 at Ball State against, I think, Sycamore. Boys play Tuesday at 8 o'clock at Ball State against Pearl Cone or Sycamore. We will bring you the broadcasts. And hold on a second, we'll get this right. So we'll tell you that the region champion will play a home sectional game. So if CPA were to win the region, they would come back here next weekend. Same thing on the girls' side. And by the way, that is Coach Maddox's 200th victory, 241 career. Catfish is down there too. I don't know if you see that or not, but Catfish may get in the picture. Let's see if he does. That's hilarious if he does. No, he wants a picture with his camera. You gotta love Catfish from Pearl Cone. Now he's gonna get in the picture. You gotta love it. Catfish is in the picture from Pearl Cone. He is a classic, that dude. He's a classic. We love Catfish. I'm getting hungry. He's talking, just saying his name makes me hungry. Some tartar sauce. All right. So we appreciate that. And congratulations, Coach Drew Maddox, on his 200th victory. 241 his teams are here at the Academy in these past 7 seasons. And that's the 34th victory in a row at CPA over a AA foe. There was a loss last year to Clarksville Northeast, a bigger school. Okay. We'll sign off the air now saying thanks for joining us. Thank you, Nathan Olmstead, Derek Tenneco, and Joseph Newman. And this is Phil Newman saying join us Monday night at Ball State for the girls' game at 7:30. And join us, if you can't be there in person, join us Tuesday 8 o'clock for the boys' game, also at Volunteer State in Gallatin. Lions win it 80-56. Good night from CPA.